Hello and welcome to Channel Sports this morning. It's great to have you join us again. I am Tayo Salam.
And I'm Cecilia Omogbe. On the show this morning, the Lions are into the last 8 of the Africa Cup of Nations. I'm talking about Teranga Lions and also the Atlas Lions of Morocco.
Yes.
Senegal, Morocco into the last 8.
Indeed, congratulations to the Lions of Senegal as well as Morocco making it into the last 8 of the Africa Cup of Nations. Also on the program, still talking football, Anthony Martial has finally joined Sevilla on loan from Manchester United.
We'll see how that will go. It's a loan agreement until the end of the current season. Also on the program, the Lakers, are they back to winning ways, or is just one win and then another drought? Well, the good news is the fact that Anthony Davis, he has returned after missing 17 games. He acted as if he never left, though 8 points, but then he had a very good game. They beat the Knights on the night, 106-96.
Fantastic victory for the LA Lakers. Of course, they were led by LeBron James, King James himself. We're going to be coming back to the NBA later on, but that's going to be way after our AFCON segments. All right, welcome back.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Africa Cup of Nations studio before we talk about other sports. But this is how you can be a part of the program. Of course, Twitter is back, so you can send us a tweet and tell us what you think about the Africa Cup of Nations, especially regarding the fact that when Nigeria crashed at the last 16 hurdle. But there, you still have Senegal still in it. Egypt will be playing today. Who will win the Nations Cup? Right now, it seems to be open. Pre-tournament favorites, Senegal, are not looking like favorites anymore. Côte d'Ivoire seems to be the favorite. Cameroon, after playing against Comoros, were the pundits are saying that they may not stand a chance of making it to the finals because of that game against Comoros. So talk to us this morning and tell us what you think about the Africa Cup of Nations. We've seen shocks, upset, everything you can think of at this Africa Cup of Nations. So talk to us on the program. And of course, we'll not be doing the talking of the Africa Cup of Nations alone. We've got Demola Ogbono right here in the studio. He will be joining us in our discussions on the Africa Cup of Nations. So first, let's take a look at the result coming from last night, where you have the Lions, Teranga Lions, and of course, the Atlas Lions, both through to the last 8. Yes, it was a difficult one for Senegal. They needed 11 men to play against 9 men to be able to make it into the last 8. And also Morocco was an easier one for them, 2-1 against Malawi.
Did you say easy? Nah.
Because they didn't need a red card on the other side to be able to make it out. Like Senegal, who had to play against 9 men to make it into the
Anyways, we'll get back to Morocco and Malawi in
later.
the beta. But before then, let's start with Senegal and Cape Verde. Demola Ogbono, of course, is in the studio. And despite the fact that Nigeria is no longer a part of the competition, you're still excited, you're still following the AFCON, right?
Absolutely, Tayo. I mean, the quality and the goals especially have been, astonishing. So, good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Tayo. Thanks for having me again. Good to come and talk sports, especially with AFCON going on. And I've been pretty impressed with the quality of goals, the play as well. So, I mean, I don't know if the effect of the ball has something to do with the quality of the goals, but the goals have been stunning.
Stunning. I like that word. I think it's very apt indeed. All right, let's focus on Senegal and Cape Verde. Cecilia has just said it all, that Senegal needed a bit of help from VAR to, win that game. But you have to say that, the rules are the rules. The first red card, we've seen a few handful breakers.
Fair enough, Tayo.
But the second one,
absolutely. I don't know what is happening with our officiating, which I think has been really, really poor. The amount of red cards in the AFCON has been astonishing. The past 2 AFCONs we've had combined together, the amount of red card is not
up to
what we've had in these.
We're in double figures already.
Double figures already, 13, if I'm not mistaken. VAR, which has been good, no doubt. But I think, the first red card was justified. But that second one, the keeper has every right
to come
out
It was a clash of heads.
It was a clash of heads. So I don't see why, I don't understand why the VAR will decide that that is a red card offence. But be it as, as it may, Senegal have flat set to deceive in this tournament, especially. Kudos to them, they haven't conceded. I think that's thanks to Edward Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper in goal. He's been fantastic. And they've barely scraped through. I think they only scored one goal to qualify.
One in the group stage,
of course.
yeah.
In the group stages.
And now they scored 2.
And now they scored 2.
That's 3.
And now they're in the quarterfinals. But fantastic goal by Mane. The question still remains if he should have been,
allowed to stay on.
Allowed to stay on or not,
After that
because that clash of heads was, you could see the swelling was nasty. But then, he's a very strong man.
He wanted to stay on.
Health has to be put first.
Absolutely.
I'm sure if the doctors didn't deem it fit or deem it right for him to continue, they will have put him off. But then they got to go for them and
went off not long after.
Yes. And what a goal that was, Ty.
Yeah, what a goal indeed. Of course, he's a substitute. Bemba Dieng came on to score as well to wrap up the victory for Senegal. And I think everyone would agree that Senegal have not been impressive at all this tournament. I don't know what's going on because in terms of the players, the quality
is there, Tayo. I mean,
they've got a great spine. Mendy in goal, Koulibaly right there in the defense.
Nampali's Mendy as well.
Mendy missed the first 2 games.
Ganagoye is there as well.
Sane.
Playing for top clubs. And so
Mane, rather.
Maybe going into the tougher, matters of the quarterfinals. We'll see.
Or maybe I'm thinking maybe because Senegal haven't really seen a very tough opposition. So we've not seen the best of Senegal. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't think that's what it is.
They face a team that is as big as they are.
I think the so-called smaller team have stepped it up. And
maybe they don't know how to beat smaller teams. I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to make excuses for Senegal right now. Because you mentioned we have arrays of stars, and they've not been able to pull their weight. Now, check the goals they've scored. 3 goals, and they are into the last 8. And Mane scored 2 of those goals. The good news is the fact that Mane has been released from hospital later yesterday, so which is he will be available for their last 8. So it's like if you didn't have a Mane in this tournament, then Senegal just won't be Senegal. That's what it's looking like.
Well, I don't want to say that Senegal is a one-man team. That's far from what it is. I think they're solid defensive. I mean, they haven't considered this. That should count for something.
It does count for something.
That should count for something.
Defense, remember what they say?
Win you
championship. So you might be saying, nah, they're not playing very well. They're not impressive. They keep progressing.
Exactly.
And they just are 3 wins away now.
And a win is a win, regardless.
The AFCON. So,
a win is a win.
Yeah, so let's just leave Senegal like that. They are through to the quarterfinals of the AFCON. Let's go to the second game of the day. What a game that was between Malawi, the Flames of Malawi, and the Atlas Lions of Morocco. Cecilia, what a first goal. I think we've seen so many goal of the tournament contenders. We saw another one yesterday again. What a strike that was, Cecilia.
Ghana goal of Comoros would be my goal of the tournament. But now I'm confused. I mean, with what the Malawians did yesterday. I mean, it was a precious, ludicrous. I mean, there's some goals you see, you're looking for adjective to describe it.
You're
and that's how I felt, how the Flames of Malawi, the way they just started. Mango, he scored 2 goals in the group stage, and he has scored another one. Yes, they're going home, but I think they're going home with their head high because of their performance, in the game. Morocco had to come from a goal down to be able to beat Malawi because, of course, they've got the players to be able to do that. If not for that, another stunning free kick from Hakimi, and then Morocco would have been like...
Truth of the matter is, Sisi, everybody didn't give the Malawians any chance. It was all the Moroccans because of the array of players they have. But I knew that the Malawians, they were going to make a fight of it.
True.
I saw them all through the group stages, and they were very, very solid, very strong. I mean, these guys can run, and they are heavily built. The mere stomping when they're running at you, give you jitters. And that goal yesterday, put them in a very good place. 40 yards out, and what a goal by
Gabadinho.
Mango. Brilliant goal. The keeper had absolutely no chance. I think
got a hand to it.
He got a hand to it, a tip to it, but couldn't keep the ball out.
It was so powerful.
Ferocious shot, and the Moroccans had to work for it, and it just makes the game much more interesting. And then that man again, Achraf Hakimi, for PSG to pay over 60 million quids for him. You know, he started
really
from Real Madrid.
Impressive.
He has
PSG.
been.
No, it's been okay.
No,
it's just okay, but the kind of free kick that he scored.
But that's not for Hakimi alone. That's pretty much for the whole PSG side, because you know Pochettino has complained about needing time to bring all those stars together.
But you know the potential is there for Hakimi. He's done that, several times over and over.
He did Dortmund.
Exactly.
Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
I remember a couple of years ago, Demola, when this guy was winning back-to-back best young African player. Nigerians are being ignored. Now this guy was.
You could see that. And he scored a stunning free kick as well, just the game before.
Making two now. Two sensational free kicks.
Fantastic free kick, and you could see the fight and the jubilation in them that they were so happy. I just like the fact that the Malawians made them work for it. They really earned their 3 points last night.
We talked about it yesterday, that Malawi and Morocco looks more straightforward in favor of Morocco, but then we now said, based on what we've seen in this tournament so far, it's not going to be easy. It's turned out that way. Malawi gave as good as it got. As a matter of fact, they could have gone 2-0
on. They could have gone.
If Bango had scored that second goal, who knows how the game would have panned out. But
no ifs or buts in football.
Not anymore. Exactly.
Thankfully, no red card in that as well, and so the game flowed and it was
it flowed. I mean,
shout out
I was happy.
Youssef Nesri as well to scoring the equalizer for Morocco in that game. Malawi, like we've said, they gave as good as it got. Their coach is proud of their performance despite the ouster.
But we are very close to our game plan. It did work. We had seen some of their weaknesses. We tried to exploit them. However, as I said to you the other day, they are a fantastic team. It's probably the best team in the tournament. And overall, I said, we work hard. And I'm very proud of my boys.
Very proud of his boys, the Malawians, the Flames of Malawi, based on what they've done at this AFCON. They seem to definitely watch out for going forward. The next AFCON is just next year. Côte d'Ivoire in the summer. So we're all excited for that one, even though this one is not over yet.
All right. So let's get into today's games. It's going to be another big one today, of course. Côte d'Ivoire and Egypt will be in action. And they're going to be seeing Mali and Equatorial Guinea also in action. But our focus, obviously, is going to be on Egypt and Côte d'Ivoire. You know the reason for that. But quickly, briefly, Mali and Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea, I mean, they've been playing good football. They're in the round of 16 against Mali. Demola, do they stand a chance? Or is this the end of road for Equatorial Guinea?
I don't think it is. Yes, Mali are the odds-on favourite. Because they have outstanding players. I've forgotten the boy's name now that plays for Aston Villa. Fantastic player he is. But then Equatorial Guinea, they've given as good as they've got in this tournament. They're fantastic as well. Really strong. A compact unit. They're going to be difficult to break down. But then I expect the quality that the Malians have to just come through at the end of the day. So it's really hard to call, but I think I'm tilting towards a Malian win today.
All right, now let's talk about the big one, which is Côte d'Ivoire. And Nicolas Pepe and Mo Salah meeting each other. Now, for Côte d'Ivoire, yes, they've been very impressive, really impressive. But for Egypt, I mean, they're in the group, of course, Nigeria's group. They won 2 games after losing to Nigeria. They had to bounce back to win their 2 games before they make it into the round of 16. For Côte d'Ivoire, they've been impressive. They've been scoring goals. The players are coming to the party. But then this is going to be their toughest test.
Is it?
I don't think it is. I've seen Egypt play.
Because of Algeria? Is that what you said?
I thought the Algeria class.
The Algerians were flat out all through the tournament.
Yeah, but still,
they could have beaten Algeria
that was really impressive. The manner in which they took out the Algerians was very impressive, and they'll be looking to take that momentum into the game against the Pharaohs. And Demola, the Pharaohs, just like Senegal for me, not impressed.
They've been really flat.
They're just getting by.
Just getting by. Of course, the quality of that man Salah has always shown through.
Of course.
But one trick cannot make a forest. It's going to be really tough. They have their work cut out today against a very solid, a very attacking-minded Ivory Coast side. The coach has a bit of a dilemma as per who to go with because he has attacking options, aplenty. So There's Zaha there. There's the boy from Pepe as
Kone,
well. Sebastian Haller as well. You know,
you can go on and on.
On and on and on. The talent is there.
Gradel.
Jadel is there.
Gradel,
I mean, see, I know the Egyptians, they will have their work cut out today, but I see a straight out Ivorian win today.
Nah.
Though football is not always, I know you're shaking your head.
No, but I can see why you've gone with Côte d'Ivoire.
Because they've not been so, solid themselves. I mean, the Egyptians, they've not been so good. They're finding goals difficult to come by. And the Ivorians are scoring goals aplenty. So I think, yes, the Egyptians have their work cut out. And I see a straight win for Côte d'Ivoire. But don't take my word for it, Tyra.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get the pre-game thoughts now coming from the Egyptian camp. We'll listen to Carlos Queiroz as well as Mo Salah.
Our performance, we are in a progress game after game. The team last three games step forward in terms of our consistency, in terms of our the way we flow our game. And as we said, we're ready for the game.
We are here to win the tournament for sure. I can't say we are the #1 favorite, but everybody excited for the game. We just need to take it game per game. Tomorrow everybody's excited. The players can't wait to play the game tomorrow. Everybody wants to play, which is good for us. And our expectation is everybody knows that we want to win it. We will give our best to win it.
Mohamed Salah definitely will be looking to lead the Pharaohs into the quarterfinals of the AFCON. It's a very difficult task against Nicolas Pepe and the Ivorian side, but we will see how that game ends later tonight. All right, guys, let's move on from the games that have been from the pitch. Let's go off the pitch. The sad incident that happened during the game between Cameroon and Comoros, the stampede that left at least eight people dead, and many more are injured. And Cecilia, steps are now being taken to ensure that going forward, we don't get to see these incidents again. And Cecilia, we're seeing terrible pictures coming from that situation.
Those injured, about 38 people were confirmed that were injured, and this was when the game between Cameroon and Comoros was actually going on. Just some 100 meters, some hundreds of meters away, from the Olympic Stadium. And because of that, CAF President Patrice Motsepe says, look, they would not be playing a quarterfinal game at the Olympic Stadium. He's also paying condolences to the families of those who lost their life. According to reports, 2 women, 4 men, and a child, actually lost their lives in this stampede. Let's take a listen to CAF President Patrice Motsepe.
Our deepest condolences to those who've passed on, and we're already sending out, communicating with the families as CAF to contact them, and even those who were injured. The message was, we want to be there for you and provide whatever support and encouragement that we can. We have to take collective responsibility, and whatever the legalities may be, we will deal with later. We have to make sure that the safety, and of course we've been focusing more on COVID-19, and the health of every single spectator is our primary concern. So there is zero tolerance, absolutely zero tolerance on circumstances which could result in people being injured at the stadium or people losing their lives.
The Super Eagles are back in town from Cameroon after exiting the tournament in the round of 16. And they went straight to Abuja and they were hosted by the Sports Ministry. Cecilia, it's time to move on.
Yes, of course.
What is done now.
Yeah.
It's no time to lick the wounds.
Yeah, absolutely not.
There's a big assignment coming in March.
Ghana is waiting in the wings.
So
World Cup.
yes, I think to be fair, the Nigerians did really, really well in this tournament. Won all our group stages, the only African team to do that. That should speak something.
Counted for nothing, though.
But almost,
Counts for nothing.
But like they said, almost doesn't count because we so much, were expected of the Eagles, especially after their blistering form in the group stages, and we thought, oh, I actually considered us one of the title favorites, but sadly, red card in that game, yes. Even after going one man down, you still see you saw how these guys played. They gave it their all. I think that enough should count for something that these guys really want to fight for the shirt. And like you said, spilled milk aside, there's a bigger pie that we're looking. That our eyes are set on now. That's the World Cup and against our ferocious and eternal rivals, the Ghanaians. So March. Let's get our acts together and get that ticket. Very, very important time.
And that's what the sports minister is talking about when he hosted them on their arrival in Abuja on Tuesday morning. He says, look, they actually brought back the DNA, the DNA of Nigerian football.
It's filtered into Nigerian football.
Yeah, Nigerian football. So, yes, we exited at the quarterfinals.
Pictures on the
but for
reception.
the very first time, we enjoyed Super Eagles play after a long while. That's according to the sports minister. Yeah, you just mentioned pictures coming from the reception, the technical crew there, the captain Ahmed Musa there. Immediately after the arrival, some of the players had to quickly fly back to their base. And of course, the ones left, the ministry, actually welcomed them. Let's listen to the sports minister, Sunday Diary, talking about that. We have a bigger task ahead. And of course, we should forget about what happened at the Africa Cup of Nations and move forward.
As far as I'm concerned, you've done wonderfully well. You brought back the fluidity, the excellence. You brought back the DNA of Nigerian football, which we felt we lost 6 years ago. You brought it back. You brought it alive. You must keep that alive. Every single player that went out there to play for us, every single player that was on the bench that formed the team that went to AFCON, this country is proud of you. On behalf of the federal government, on behalf of Mr. President, who has given us unblinking and consistent support, on behalf of a grateful nation, I want to thank each one of you for what you have done for our country and for what we know you're going to do. So, it's important to just keep looking forward. You pick yourself up and you move ahead. You made your point, you made your mark at the AFCON. What we have suffered is temporary. It is a new day for Nigerian football. It's a new day for this team, every player on this team, and let us get ready from now. Let's mentally and otherwise, let's get ready for March, because we're going to conquer in March, and we're going to go ahead to Qatar for the World Cup in November, by God's grace.
Well said. Of course, we are going to Qatar and we are crushing Ghana. Right. Come on, I had to make noise because you know what happened at the AFCON. Ghana, did they even win a game at the group stage? No. And they lost to Comoros. So Super Eagles, 100% record. So,
Cecilia and Ademola, based on what Cecilia has just said now, even puts more pressure on Nigeria to qualify for the World Cup, because the Ghanaians, this is far from their golden era, far from their golden age. They don't have players as good as Nigerian players all over Europe. So the pressure is on Nigeria to go out actually and win that game.
Go to Accra, beat Ghana 2-1, come back to Lagos, beat them 3-1.
I don't know about winning.
6-2 again. But I think we're going to have a few of our best players back. Osimhen is going to be back.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that Emmanuel Dennis too is going to be in the fray.
We have to consider him.
Absolutely, because it's been fantastic for
all our best
Watford.
players are
When
needed.
I made consideration, is he good enough to join the team right now? Because we've got the players.
Are you serious?
Yes.
No, you're kidding me.
Okay, you know what? We need to end the AFCON segment now because we don't want to make AFCON show, right? We need to end it because while the Nations Cup is still going on and one Nations Cup is over, that's the Hockey Africa Cup of Nations. And Nigeria, for the very first time, finished a third. Let's just, take a look and watch one of the highlights of the games they played in Ghana, where they finished third. And after that, the president of the federation and, of course, the head coach will be joining us to talk about how it all went down in Ghana.
Ejects, stops, ball still with Nigeria, great spin, still has the ball, great play, and yes, they get the opener and it's from John Peter. The Nigerians are a delight to watch from Yasante.
Fantastic goal from John Peter. When he realized that when the Horta made a mistake in trapping the ball, my word, did he make up for it. Twisting in and out and giving the assist, putting on a plate for Jonathan.
There you see that spin from Solomon Dennis. And Peter John was at the right spot. He was at the right place and slams the ball into an empty goal post. So from this angle, oh, great spin. Finds John Peter with a one-time hit. And it's Nigeria who break the deadlock. Delightful to watch.
All right, just highlights are coming from the game they played against Egypt. And the final, where the third place where they finished third, was against Kenya. They won 4-2. So the president will be joining us this morning, Simon Nkon, and also the head coach, Baba Ndana, will also be joining us. So tell us how it all went down in Ghana, where Nigeria finished third. That's for the very first time making history. Yes, they finished fifth 3 times and fourth twice, but finishing third, they've never done it before. I'm talking about the men. For the women, they finished fifth overall in a classification. So, I mean, Tayo, Demola, I mean, we're talking about the Nations Cup. We're talking about the fact that the Super Eagles of Nigeria, of course, left at the quarterfinals. But we have opportunity to talk about hockey this morning. Okay, I think the president is ready. He'll be joining us from Abuja to tell us, how it all went down. Good morning. It's good to have you join us. Okay, can you unmute yourself so we'll be able to hear you, or really can't hear you? Okay, while we're waiting for him, I think we'll just get the discussion going right here in the studio. I mean, Demola, could you have imagined? I mean,
Hockey.
Yes, hockey was going on. Yes, we were focused on the Nations Cup. But now they are back into the country, coming back with a bronze medal.
Fantastic. Is it fair to say that what the Eagles couldn't do, the hockey team have done
Yes, you can say that.
Gotten us a medal, but I wish that the news will be much more out there for the country to know about, and because they've won already, and we're just getting to, there should be a mechanism where we should know what is going on with them, how they're faring over there, even see snippets of the games here and there. But fantastic news that other sports in Nigeria are doing really, really well, and the focus is not just all about football or basketball or the Super Eagles. So kudos to them. They've done themselves proud.
Kudos indeed. We've said it over and over again. There's no reason why Nigeria, with the population, shouldn't be a multi-sports country. There's no reason why Nigeria can't be successful in multiple sports. And this is just one of the examples. We're talking about hockey, placing third at the Nations Cup for the very first time after several attempts. I think it's a massive achievement, and it's all about consolidating going forward now. And that's what we're hoping the Federation is going to tell us about, but we're still waiting to get that connection correct.
Yeah, we'll try to get the connection, and of course for them to tell us about that, because I know it wasn't an easy achievement for them. They've been planning, they've been trying, but right now finishing on the podium for the first time is a big achievement. So let's go back to Abuja via Zoom to see if they are ready to join us. The president, Simon Nkon, and also the head coach of the men's team, Baba Ndana. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you join us. Okay, I think, can you unmute yourself so we should be able to hear you? We really can't hear you. I think connection is not looking good. Maybe we'll have to do this some other time. Would have loved to hear from them, telling us what's the way forward now. Are we going to be having the hockey league? Are we going to consolidate on this? What do we do from here? Where do we go from here? Especially having the men and women, you know, not just going to compete as usual, but coming back with something. I mean,
they didn't go to make up the numbers.
Make up the numbers at all. Third and fifth.
There you go. Fifth place for the women. It's quite commendable. So we'll try again. We'll try again. We've got to get on with the show, obviously.
We have to.
We'll keep trying to connect with the Hockey Federation officials. Hopefully we can get them before the show is over, or if not, I will try again tomorrow. Cecilia, let's move on now and go to the Nigeria Professional Football League.
Yes, we have games for today, rescheduled games from Nigeria Professional Football League. Enyimba and Akwa United will be in action. Akwa United couldn't get a win at home against Sunshine. It was a goalless draw. Now they will be going to Enugu to face Enyimba. That's going to be a big game.
That's a tough one.
Tough one. Rangers and Remo Stars. Remo Stars will face their toughest test of the season.
So far,
We'll be going to Enugu.
That's second against third. It's going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Second against third. Shooting Stars, okay, after they lost their chairman, they postponed their game, they couldn't play. And now I hope the players are trying to, move away from that and for the loss of their chairman and be able to be ready for the game against Kwara United. All the games are rescheduled games, and they all will take place today at 4 p.m.
Over to you.
Centers.
How do you see these games panning out?
It's really going to be tough.
Akwa United.
Yeah, Enyimba, 11th on the log, 10 points. Fini decided really, really well. But I'm sure Enyimba, they're going to bounce back and do great things in the league. But right now, not looking so good. 11th on the log and just 10 points to show for all their effort. But they have redemption in their hands later today. They're playing at home in front of their crowd. So it's going to be tough against Akwa United, who are 8th and 11 points as well. So it's really, really going to be tough. But I think Enyimba will do what they need to do and get a deserved win in that. And then for Rangers versus Remo Stars, Remo Stars have been really, really brilliant. And Rangers are third, 14 points. Remo Stars second, 17 points. If they get a win, they go back up over Rivers United, who have been fantastic themselves. Both teams haven't lost this season. But Remo Stars should be proud. I mean, they're scoring goals. They just came from the NNL, and they're doing really, really well in the MPFL right now. So I think they'll be there at about the end of the season, but it's still early days and early, but signs have shown that they've been really, really good and strong. But going away to Rangers, if they can get a draw, I think that will speak volume to their credentials. And for Shooting Stars against Kwara, shooting, I don't know, 19th. I mean, they expected more from Shooting Stars. They're 19, just 6 points to show for all their efforts.
They've got to win this game.
They've got to win.
Yeah,
they've got
for
to
their
win.
late GM, if not for anything.
They've got to win. They've got to win. And Kwara United haven't, they haven't been bad themselves. They're 9th on the log, 11 points to show for their efforts. So it's really, really, going to be tough for Kwara United. But I see Shooting Stars getting at least, if not a win, get a draw.
Oh, it's got to be a win. Come on. It's got to be a win.
But they're flattered to deceive Tayo. They are 19th. They haven't shown that, But I hope that with this, especially trying to win for their late boss, they will do what they need to do and get a win later today.
Okay, we'll see how it all pans out.
We'll say fingers crossed.
All right.
Cecilia, let's go to the women's section.
Of course, we're going to be having 6 games today played across different centers. We'll start with Group A. Niger Rattles and Nasarawa Amazons will be in action. Niger Rattles, they've scored 9 goals so far this season, but then they've conceded 4. And Nasarawa Amazons have scored like 12, or they've conceded just 1. They hardly concede goals, but then they're not on a winning streak like you have Nigeria. So this is going to be a tough test.
Indeed. Nigeria have been very impressive as well too. First time out in the division, and they look really, really good. So let's move on to, there's also Adamawa Queens are taking on Pelican Stars.
They've got their first win of the season already against Osun Babes, but Pelican Stars are yet to win a game this season. Edo Queens will also be battling Osun Babes, and that game will be in Benin City. Edo Queens, they haven't lost a game this season. They've won.
They're looking really good.
Really looking good. They've drawn 2 and winning 3. Move over to Group B, where you have all the big stars: Delta Queens and Royal Queens. This is going to be a Delta derby. Both teams from Delta State will be in action. Delta came to Lagos, and of course, he ended goalless. Sunshine Queens and Abia Angels will also be in action. Bayelsa Queens and Rivers Angels. Bayelsa Queens, after coming to Lagos, losing that. They will be welcoming Rivers Angels, who also haven't lost a game this season. The only draw they've had was against Delta Queens. That's the opening match of the season. So that's obviously is going to be another tough game for today, coming from Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership Match Day 6.
Yeah. For Delta Queens, after getting a point in Lagos, that's a very impressive point. They will definitely look to build on that, get all 3 points
from
against Royal Queens.
I like,
straightforward, right?
Straightforward.
And for Rivers Angels, Demola, they take on Bayelsa Queens. That's a tough matchup any day, right?
It is. But you expect Rivers, I think they've been really, really good. Their coach must be doing something right. The girls too have been really, really
brilliant. They're the best team on the land.
You know, so speaks volumes. So I expect them to get a win definitely today.
That's why when people are talking about the team that will qualify for the CAF Champions League later in the year, and it's like, when Rivers Angels, not if Rivers Angels. Like, come on. It's all pride.
They've been so good for so long, so consistent. You can understand the sentiments of a lot of football watchers, women football watchers in the country, why they feel Rivers Angels are the team to beat when it comes. So it's all right. So that's it for football. Now let's go. Football on the local scene. Let's go to the transfer window, to the transfer market. Confirmation that Anthony Martial has now joined Sevilla from Manchester United on loan for the rest of the season. Just a couple of, there you go, that's the French Pelé, like they like to call him.
Easy.
The guy who's got a Ballon d'Or contract.
He's 26 years old now,
I'm not saying he's a kid, I'm just saying, he's been dubbed the French Pelé. Obviously, Demola, serious potential in this guy. Serious potential. A lot more was expected from the French striker. But it's safe to say he hasn't really lived up to those high expectations, and now he's going to have to go try his luck somewhere else in Spain for Sevilla. And I remember a couple of seasons ago, and the class of '92, those guys in the media now were saying at the time that all Anthony Martial needed was a coach who was attacking and modern, to put his arm around his shoulder and he will be fine.
I'm petting him like
they
a
said
baby.
Jose wasn't the guy to do it. Now they brought in Ole. Ole's coming to struggle to do it. Rannick is coming, is not even giving him a chance.
Because according to reports, it's too lazy. Now, let me put it into perspective.
Okay,
now, when he joined United in 2015-2016 season, he scored 79 goals in 269 appearances.
No, not enough.
Now, he was supposed to be a top 9, number 9, out-and-out striker. 269, 79 goals.
I mean, huge potential when he came onto the scene in Monaco. He's everything you wish that he would be in an Mbappe, but he's not. So much. I don't think the pressure got to him. It started really promising. I mean, in his contract, there was a Ballon d'Or
clause.
Yeah, clause on it.
But,
he needs, once he's fit, he should play every game.
I think for the young man, I don't know if it was pressure.
I don't think it's pressure. I think it's more attitude. If you follow the career of attitude and mentality.
Maybe he thought of himself more than what he actually is.
That's what I said.
You know, because, I mean, look at Mbappe. When Mbappe came, you thought, okay, he's going to be a flash in the pan like another Martial. But he has been fantastic, and that was what was hoped for Antonio Martial. But be that, as it may, he hasn't found playing time come by at Manchester United. And this time around, he's going to Sevilla. He's going to be battling with El Nesri there, who is a big game player. You don't need a player who will just come and make up the numbers there. You need a player where, after all said and done, you need them to step up in big-time play. And that is what El Nesri will do. You don't need a player that will come on when you're winning 3-0 and then expect him to come and score another number to make up, you know, the goals. But I think it's fantastic for the man himself, Antonio Martial. Let him go there, prove himself in another league. Sevilla have a chance to be in the Champions League as well. Manchester United, you can't beat your chest that
there will be.
There will be, you know, because it's a really tough league out there in the English Premier League. So let him go there, test the waters, see what he can make of the remaining 6 months, you know, for the loan period is going to be there, and see if he can make the World Cup team for France. Really going to be tough for him.
It's going to be tough. He missed 2018. He didn't get a chance in 2018. So will he make 2022? Well, let's leave him like that and see what's going to do till the end of the season.
Yeah, Cecilia, I don't want to say this is his last chance because he's still young, 26.
He's 26, yeah, he's still very young.
But then he's running out of chances now. He is running out of chances.
So he needs to evolve. I mean, just try as much as possible, see what he can do to himself. So maybe he needs to change his mentality. Just calm down.
You know what they say? Every time I think about Martial, okay, just land.
No, I'm like, his mentality, as you mentioned earlier, when you talked about the fact that he feels he's bigger than who he is right now.
Exactly. No,
so he needs to really calm down,
and do the work on the pitch.
That's the thing. And the
79 goals in 279
not
good enough.
It's not even up to
huge money was paid for this young man, and much was expected from him. And you know, so far.
And when he came on, he was literally playing every game. It was until Rani came on that even when he wasn't at his best, Ole would still want to start him. It's only when he's injured that he doesn't get to play. Maybe according to report, when Jose then said kind of a lazy player, I think that's what I'll believe.
Jose was showing him a lot of tough love, like he normally does to talented players who are not, you know,
pick up.
Exactly, yeah. But then you know how that panned out. A lot of people got on Jose's case and thought it was the issue, but it's turned out to be that Martial.
This is the third manager. Right
exactly, and this particular saying, every time I think about Martial, it comes to my mind. That hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard enough.
Absolutely.
As simple as that. He needs to talk to Cristiano Ronaldo.
All the time. All right, guys, let's go on a break. As the last one for the show, we'll come back. We'll be giving you updates coming from down under the Australian Open. Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Let's go down under and tell you about the Australian Open, where number 7 seed Iga Swiatek is through to the semi-finals. That was after she rallied to defeat Kaya Kanepi in a 3-hour marathon. Cecilia, you know I've got a lot of time for Iga since she won the French Open a few years ago without dropping a set. So I'm very delighted. I'm glad to see her still advancing and get into the semi-finals.
She's not a one Grand Slam wonder. That's what I'm happy about.
That's what you're taking off.
Yeah, taking her. I mean, she's coming from a set down and a breakdown in the brutal hits, overpowering the Estonian Kai Kanepi 4-6, 7-6, and 6-3. That's the first time she's
Swiatek advancing to the next round as the semi-finals of the Australian Open, where she's going to take on Danielle Collins for a place in the final. Cecilia, Danielle Collins was in action against Alice Cornet, and it was the American that prevailed in that game. It was a lot more straightforward this time around, 7-5, 6-1 in just 1 hour and 28 minutes of points behind her first serve. She only dropped serve once, so she had an almost perfect serving game.
And that's why she won it.
Danielle Collins, interesting. That's another American in the semi-finals. Madison, and tell you about the games that were played this morning. 9 games went down. We have the results for you, starting with the Nuggets and the Pistons. It was Denver that prevailed in that game, 110 to 105. There were also victories for the Toronto Raptors, the LA Clippers. The LA Clippers, Cecilia, what a rally.
Yeah,
what a rally.
35 points down, ridiculous, to win that game. Who could have thought about that? I think that's a historic moment for LA Clippers. Yes, they haven't had a fantastic season, but then trailing 66-31 during the second quarter contest against the Washington Wizards, and then being able to claw back and winning it, and it's remarkable. But then they got Luke Kennard to thank for that.
Yeah, how many points in the final seconds? About 7?
7, that was what he made. In all, he had 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists.
Interesting. So let's move on. The Celtics got a win as well over the Kings. The LA Lakers defeated the Brooklyn Nets. There were also wins for the San Antonio Spurs, the Golden State Warriors, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's focus on the Lakers and the Nets quickly. The star matchup of the day ended in favor of LA. LeBron James, 33 points. On the night, Anthony Davis came back after missing 17 games with a sprained left knee.
Yeah,
he finished with just 8 points.
He had 25 points on court, 25 minutes on court, which was really good for me because, I mean, for him to stay 25 minutes and also trying to make some dunk and some jumps, like, okay, you're just coming back. That's the point, guy. But he got help. LeBron James had help from Carmelo Anthony, who had a 13th point, and of course, Monk also scoring 22 points. Russell Westbrook 15 points on the night. So these guys, all of them contributed for them to be able to beat the Nets. I didn't expect that. Yes.
No, Cecilia, the Nets were playing without KD and Kyrie. Kyrie still can't play in New York.
Still can't
New York.
So that should count for something.
Of
course, fantastic weekend for the Lakers and that man, especially LeBron James, 37 years old. Young. Yeah. And I think he scored 25 points in 8 straight games now. I mean, fantastic by the Lakers man. He's proving that age is nothing but a number. He's still going strong, and the steals are made in that game as well. The rebounds were just crazy.
And the dunk he was making, I'm like, come on, guys, take it easy.
Is that guy on something? I don't know.
Alien DNA. He's a human.
LeBron is a supreme athlete, so I'm not surprised by what he's doing.
So these are the people Antonio Marcia should be talking to.
These are the people he should be.
Talk to Cristiano Ronaldo. Talk to LeBron James. How are you guys doing it? Because he's got the talent.
All right,
push, and he'll be fine.
Yeah, just a little push. Exactly. Antonio Marcia still hoping he can eventually realize his potential. Let's go to the post-game thoughts now of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. We're been talking about how he feels to be back on the courts.
It's his presence alone. It just makes our team so much more complete. Our length defensively, our ability to really get up in people's faces because we know we got him at the rim, or our ability to switch a lot of things because he can literally guard 1 through 5. Offensively, it just attracts another set of eyes off of myself, off of Russ, off of Melo, off of Malik, off of everybody because he's such a dynamic player. I mean, obviously, right away, you see what he's capable of. Right, we draw a play right out of right to start the game, and I was able to turn the corner and do a late lob, and he was still able to throw it home. So very excited to have him back.
I feel ready. You know, we don't practice much. I didn't have much practice time, but was able to still get some one-on-one, 2-on-2s in and see how I felt. Was ready enough to go tonight. I don't know about the whole minute restriction thing. I think that might, for me, come off. I might tell them I don't need that, but we'll see. You know, as we have a back-to-back coming up, you know, and want to play that smart. But for the most part, I felt fine.
The Davis back on quarter feels fine out there. Obviously, it's going to take a while to find his rhythm, but it's always good to have AD back on the court for the LA Lakers. Let's see if they can go on a winning run because they've struggled to do that this season. Yes.
And the workload on LeBron
is going to reduce drastically. He's been carrying a lot on his very able shoulders.
All right.
Let's go to the top performers. LeBron James, 33 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night for the Lakers. The king is still the king. Cade Cunningham, the rookie from the Detroit Pistons, 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists for the Pistons. They lost that game, though. The Beard, wasted efforts.
Not enough.
Triple-double, brilliant.
33, 12, and 11. The Nets just could not hang with the LA Lakers. Jason Tatum, Cecilia seems to have found his form finally.
He found it. I mean, 41 the last time, 51 the other time, and now 36 points. So he's finding the rhythm. I mean, remember the game he failed to even get one beyond the arc. Celtic won. Okay, what is he eating? Joel Embiid, 42, 14, and 4. Anytime we're talking about Joel Embiid right now, it's 30-plus points.
It's ridiculous.
Consecutively.
It's dominating opponents night in, night out. Cecilia Demola.
Both ends of the court is a beast of a player. I mean, you're asking what is eating. Maybe they should come to Africa and ask what.
The Cameroonian monster, putting a monstrous performance every time.
Wow.
Anthony Edwards, another top pick.
Yes.
49 and 3. Watch out for this boy.
Watch out for this guy. Definitely one of those guys that's got a chance of perhaps breaking the 3-point record of Steph Curry. I know it's going to be very difficult, but he's showing promise already. Back to Joel Embiid, finished second in the MVP voting last year with the way he's playing right now.
Yeah, I think he's the MVP candidate.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'll quickly just take some tweets. We have one paper to read, just one, but I'll quickly take some tweets before we look at those papers. Noble Flyerman says, Martial is extremely lazy.
Okay.
The quote from Tayo, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work enough. That's exactly his attitude. Cristiano Ronaldo complained about the mentality of these guys. If Greenwood doesn't drop the attitude and selfish play, his play as Old Trafford will be a history. Mustafa Megawa says Egypt Cote d'Ivoire will be the game of the tournament. Egypt will be heading to Cairo tomorrow. All right, I'll remind you. A black man says, I wish Shooting Stars all the best in Kwara. Okay, Minnesota, the Chema, rest in peace. Thank you for that. And Despa Malawi Cracker, Comoros' goal against Cameroon remain my goal of the tournament.
Fair enough.
A great one. And this guy is still reeling over the loss of the Super Eagles. But we need to go now, all right? And we have that paper to take now. Sporting Life just won. And Sporting Life AFCON shocker says Super Eagles coaches, staff owned bonuses, no match money paid even after Asta. Okay, CBN processes delay payments and team waited in vain on Tuesday for alert. All right. Demola, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me, CC and Tayo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your time. Thank you all for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm Cecilia Mwagwe. Have a good day.
Bye for now.